Hey there! Welcome to the channel. If you're ready to grow your money and mindset, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. The markets had been calm for months, too calm. Every morning, you'd check your portfolio like you check the weather, and every day it looked sunny. Stocks were climbing, crypto had bounced back, and your real estate investments sat comfortably like houses on a tranquil beach. You felt safe, even proud. The kind of pride that builds slowly when your decisions seem to be working. Friends would ask for tips, and you'd smile knowingly, feeling like you'd finally cracked the code, but one morning, that illusion shattered. A breaking news alert popped up on your phone: major financial institutions signal potential global downturn. It felt like the sky had cracked open. Analysts began whispering the word recession again. Volatility surged. The markets began to tremble like the first shiver before a quake. And then, like a siren cutting through silence, came the words that made your heart pound: "This is your tsunami warning." Suddenly, everything changed. The once calm beach of your investments turned into a churning sea. Stocks dropped like falling birds. Cryptocurrencies evaporated value by the minute. Your once reliable rental property market started showing signs of freeze: no buyers, no movement, just silence. You could almost feel your plans, retirement goals, your kids' college fund, the dream vacation, being dragged toward the ocean by an invisible undertow. Anxiety clawed at your chest. Every notification felt like another wave hitting. Friends who once bragged about gains were now ghosting. You began to wonder, is this how it ends? Then something strange happened. Before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe, that way, you'll always be updated with the latest insights. The once calm beach of your investments turned into a churning sea. Stocks dropped like falling birds. Cryptocurrencies evaporated value by the minute. Your once reliable rental property market started showing signs of freeze: no buyers, no movement, just silence. You could almost feel your plans, retirement goals, your kids' college fund, the dream vacation, being dragged toward the ocean by an invisible undertow. Anxiety clawed at your chest. Every notification felt like another wave hitting. Friends who once bragged about gains were now ghosting. You began to wonder, is this how it ends? Then something strange happened. While you were doom-scrolling through red charts and market forecasts, you noticed your old college friend Rohan posting a photo on social media. He was calm, smiling, sipping a cup of tea on his balcony as the financial world burned. You called him, half joking, half desperate. "What's wrong with you? Are you not watching the news?" He chuckled and said, "I am. But I've built higher ground." That phrase hit you like a slap, and a revelation rolled into one. Rohan had always been a quiet investor, never flashy. But now he seemed untouchable. He told you a story. Years ago, during another market dip, he had panicked, sold low, and learned his lesson the hard way. Since then, he'd quietly built a portfolio designed to weather storms. He had diversified across sectors and countries, placing some funds in defensive stocks, others in commodities, some in bonds, and even a portion in gold. When everyone chased quick wins, he chose slow, boring, reliable investments that didn't make headlines but kept climbing quietly. He kept an emergency fund, enough for 6 months of living expenses, locked away like a lighthouse in the storm. He also automated his investments with stop-loss triggers, so when certain assets dipped too much, they sold themselves, minimizing damage without him needing to act in panic. But the most powerful tool, Rohan said, wasn't in spreadsheets or apps. It was in his mind. He had trained himself not to react to noise. Instead of refreshing his screen 100 times a day, he checked once a week. He followed long-term trends and avoided emotional decisions. In his words, market crashes don't destroy you. Panic does. That night, you couldn't sleep. Not from fear anymore, but from clarity. The tsunami wasn't the end of everything. It was a force of nature. Unpredictable. Fierce. But survivable. It made you realize that too many of us build our wealth like sandcastles, beautiful but fragile, placed right at the water's edge, where even a small wave can wash it all away. We assume tomorrow will look like today. We forget that markets have moods. And sometimes, they rage, but there's a way to stay above it. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be a financial wizard. You just need to prepare, protect, and most of all, not panic. Build your fortress while the skies are clear. Spread your assets like planting seeds in many gardens. Keep cash close for the days when the rain doesn't stop. Guard your mind from the noise, because when the next wave comes, and it always will, you won't be running for higher ground. You'll already be there, and when the tide recedes, you'll still be standing. Maybe even stronger, and that is the real secret of surviving the storm. 40. Your support means the world to us. Click subscribe and be part of our journey. Thank you.